In today's video, we're going to discuss a stock, or I should say a sector, that is about to make an insane move tomorrow and why y'all should keep it in your radar. We're also going to address what happened today with that massive sell-off and get you guys prepared as always. Alright, y'all, let's dive into the charts right off the bat. We got the SPY futures, and as I told y'all yesterday, a massive move downwards was coming, but I also told you not to panic. I told y'all to not panic, and that this drop was temporary, and I still believe that. I still believe that it is temporary. I still believe that it's just going to stay here at around 6,000, right? It went a little bit below the 9 SMA, and then it went back up and closed above it. Now this is the time where we just chill in this region for the next 2 days. FOMC is on Wednesday, and things are about to get exciting. All right, something to be wary of. We gotta look at the SPY ETF itself. Now this is the SPY ETF. They closed above the 9 SMA. Something to be worried about is this gap at the bottom right here. There's a huge gap at 584. At 584. Will it get filled? And when will it get filled? All right. Should you go in heavy on this dip overall now? A lot of you have these questions. I will tell you, be cautious. Be cautious. They might pull, market makers might pull some tricks in the next few days, because the expectations for FOMC is no change in the rates. At least that's what I thought. Yeah, I'm looking at Finviz right now. Let's look here. So this is Finviz, and you can see the prior rates. This is FOMC rate decision. This is for Wednesday. The prior rates at 425. And then what is expected is, again, it's the same number. All right, so no change. And I think that may be all that the SPY needs for this gap at the bottom to potentially get filled. But that's for Wednesday. For tomorrow, watch it for a little bit of a bounce, a little bit of a dead cat bounce to like 602 with the SPY. And then Wednesday we'll see how things play out. With QQQ. That one has a structure intraday on the 5-minute chart right there. All right, so there is a bullish pennant that broke out like in the last 15 minutes. It closed quite strong. I like that volume, the way it's going. All right, obviously y'all can see my alert on here. I do think that we're gonna get to 525 first before we start playing games again. Right, so watch it for a morning run up here before we pull back, kind of like what Apple did. Y'all remember that video? I think it was the Thursday video. I mentioned Apple. It looked exactly like this, and also it went way up here and then it faded throughout the remainder of the day. I expect the same thing again. All right, because those gaps at the bottom kind of bother me, and until they're taken care of, it's something to worry about. Again, the gap on QQQ is right at 509. It didn't get taken care of today. It didn't get that low today. Okay, and also there's another one, even like there's another one way down here from May 5th, right at 492, right there. That still needs to get taken care of. All right, so these are some things that you want to consider, that you want to keep in mind as we move forward. All right, as we move forward, do not trust any bounce right here might just be a dead cap for the drop. That's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. Again, as we move forward, more videos will be uploaded on what to expect. Now, the stock for this video, that stock is JP Morgan. I want to share JP Morgan because it's been holding strong despite this crazy day that we had, despite the market sell-off. The Dow Jones didn't budge, not even a little bit. Like, it stayed strong throughout the whole day, and the banks held their own. the structure on here is still present, all right? And with this one, the rule still applies for anybody, again, for anybody who's still holding calls and being really, really patient and took my word for word that it's going to hit exactly 273. If you're still holding this since day one, this is day one, then tomorrow might be your day. Like tomorrow might be the day where we see this thing actually pop and get above 270. And I say that because not only that it held its own, but also there's a structure on there. There's an ascending triangle on the chart that actually stretches from way back here. Oh, that looks even better. That's actually not what I saw before I even recorded a video. Like in the middle of the day, what I saw was this little one. Was this, which looks kind of sloppy. And by sloppy, I'm talking about this right there. This is the sloppiness of that structure right there. But when I remove these lines, when I remove this, no. When I remove this and I remove that, and then I stretch the structure from way back here, pre-market, and just go straight across, this is a very clean ascending triangle. All right. The reason why it was probably so hard for me to see at first is because the volume is kind of low in the middle of the day and the candles are really tiny out here. So it's kind of hard to see, right? But the same principles and the same message applies. The structure is there. We have a breakout at the close right here. We have massive volume. When I see this in my mind, I'm like, somebody knows something. And it would be nice if the banks had massive news and everything just shot up and just went all the way up there. So watch JP Morgan for a move up to 273. Along with JP Morgan, another stock actually lines up perfectly with this. That is Bank of America. And with Bank of America, that one has, again, same thing, but JP Morgan structure looks, I don't know, it's debatable. They both look nice. It's hard for me to tell you which one looks the best. They both look good. This one broke out in the middle at Act 1, and then it held throughout and it closed quite strong. Look at that volume right here. All right, so that's the first structure. The next structure is when I kind of zoom out and I just look at this. This is what JP Morgan showed from pre-markets to close, but on a bigger scale, like on the 1 hour, for example. Yeah, right, same structure, same concept, and as long as it stays above 46.90, the stock is good for a long. And if tomorrow we see the beginning of the dead cat bounce in the indices, like if the indices bounces a little bit, if we see the Nasdaq go up to if we see QQQ go up to 525, right, and we see some more green, this one should follow too, and we should see this thing rise to $48 tomorrow. So watch Bank of America, just watch the banks in general for that move. All right, now let's do an update. In the last video I mentioned Tesla, and Tesla went way down here. Like pre-market, it went all the way down to 380. It's kind of unfortunate because it didn't really open at 380. Like it opened at 390 and immediately started to spike and just chopped throughout the whole day, killing the premiums, right? And as we get closer to earnings, the IV is kicking in. The contracts are getting expensive, right? And it's just not worth trading until after earnings. Okay, I told y'all before, I think the bottom is at 367. It's only a matter of how we're gonna get down there. Are we going to go down like this, or are we going to go down like this and then drop through earnings before we bounce? Because after earnings, I'm bullish, right? After earnings, I'm bullish, but I want to see this thing drop to 366. It would be really nice if it could play out like that. It will make sense structurally for everybody. It will make things really, really simple for all of us. All right, so just be very patient with Tesla. Keep it on the watch. Some outliers to point out in today's video is Apple. Despite the fact that most of the tech stocks got annihilated, Apple held strong and it had a solid day. And with this one, if you see any drop with the QQQ to fill those gaps at the bottom, Apple may drop back down to 222 and then chop until earnings. And then we'll have the scenario where Apple end up saving the markets and then things start running again. All right, that's what I'm thinking. Let's just get closer towards that date, and then I will talk about it again in future videos. So that's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button as always. I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 8 p.m. Central Time. So definitely click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you get all of this information in real time as I see them, along with the details of the contracts that I buy, and most importantly, why I take the trades that I take to begin with. That way you learn along the way. All right, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow me on social media at Paul Nguma and Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Weibo, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in tomorrow night's video.